I am making the most amazing gluten-free chocolate chippy cookies. Now, you don't even need to be gluten-free to enjoy these. I would eat these even if I wasn't gluten-free. They use coconut flour, they've got amazing, you just really nutrient-dense ingredients, and they taste incredible. My name is Wick Nixon from Wellbeing, and I'm all about healthy eating made easy. So, this is how I do nutritious eating. I always, well actually I don't say, not always, because I haven't had these in the freezer for ages. And I woke up this morning, I was like, I have to get some of those cookies. So I thought I'll make them with you and then you can enjoy them as well. But I often have nutritious eating options in the freezer or in the cupboard or in the pantry, so that when I have that sweet craving, or I just want something after dinner or after lunch, and so then I have choices. So I've often got some tahini fudge in the freezer, or I've got some seedy crackers and hummus in the fridge, or I've got these cookies, or I've got some black bean brownie or something, whatever it is. So this recipe is exclusively out of my online membership, the Wicked Healthy Tribe, but I'm sharing it with you today. So if you want this recipe and you're not already on my email list, then head to wickedwellbeing.com/new and enter your details, and then you'll get this in my newsletter tomorrow night. I'm making, for those of you who have just joined me, I'm making gluten-free chocolate chippy cookies, and they're using coconut flour. So let's get started. All you need is a food processor. We are just going to go into the one bowl. If you haven't got a food processor, then you could do it by hand. There's no, nothing that won't work. So I've put in some peanut butter, I've put in some coconut sugar and some melted coconut oil. Here's Tilly come to join us. So I'm just going to process that, just till it's a paste. Then I'm adding a couple of eggs. Now the thing is, when you are working with coconut flour, let me just process this. When you're working with coconut flour, it has a very dense texture. So coconut flour is probably one of my favourite, along with chickpea flour for gluten-free cooking. Coconut flour, it has a very, very dense texture. So it needs a lot of liquid. So a lot of recipes call for a small amount of coconut flour, and you might have 2 or 3 eggs. So in this recipe, we've got 2 eggs. And so I'm just taking my blade out. If you've got a food processor where you can't take the blade out, then just transfer it into another bowl. Into my bowl here, I'm adding some coconut flour. Now don't forget, if you haven't got this, if you're not on my email list and you want this recipe, head to wickedwellbeing.com/new. I've put the link in the description above. Now, lots of little goodies in here: salt, baking powder, baking soda, mixed spice, cinnamon and vanilla powder. Taking all of those in, and then I've got some baking bits, some dark chocolate, healthy, sugar-free baking bits, which I love. I also always have these in the cupboard, because if I, again, just want a little bit of a sweet, treat, then I'll just have like a little small handful of those. And I know that they are sugar-free, and normally I don't like a lot of sugar-free stevia stuff, but I actually really like those. So I have literally just combined that. See, it's quite a thick mixture. It's still quite soft, so I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes, and then it will form, it'll absorb the coconut flour will absorb the liquid from the eggs, and then it'll, be a little bit firmer. It's still a very soft mixture. Then I'm going to roll it into balls, put it on a tray, press them down like cookies, and cook them in the oven at 180 for 12 to 15 minutes. Now they don't have a crunchy texture like normal chocolate chippies, they're quite soft, but they're so moreish. I absolutely love them. And I actually keep them in the freezer because I love that firmer texture but soft, and but especially when they fresh come out of the oven, they are very chewy and addictive. So I would love to know, do you cook much with coconut flour? Or is this a new recipe that you might try? Don't forget to head to wickedwellbeing.com/new if you want this recipe into your inbox and you're not already on my email list. Now I have got a free challenge coming up starting on the 29th of August. It's 5 tips to kickstart healthy eating habits. So stay tuned for more details about that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just putting all the details together at the moment, and then I will let you know more about it. All right, have an awesome day, and I will look forward to seeing you again next week. See ya.